I'm Lewis, and I'm a Brisbane-based filmmaker. So I listened to the song quite a few times and try and think of the first things that come to mind. I usually work with the artist in hand and try and like write all the lyrics down and see what it says to me, and try and see what the artist is saying and tailor it around their image as well. Usually these musicians have kind of a strong sense of self, and you can hear their presence in the way they sing it and the way they present themselves in previous projects, and I try to complement that. Never really try and shoehorn them too much into my own idea, although I definitely have done that in the past as well. Usually I'm a little bit stubborn with it. I kind of let them send me the song and I'm like, okay, let me cook, and then I'm gonna come back to you with some of my ideas and then hear yours after. I want to try and make sure that they don't influence my ideas too much, but with the intention of meeting them halfway usually. And honestly, for the most part, I have been able to kind of decipher what they've sent like through the song, and we're able to kind of meet in a middle ground, which has been really nice, yeah. And then we collaborate through that. I guess just the musicians that I listen to a lot. I have been listening to a lot of soul recently. I think like these sacred souls and things have such a cinematic atmosphere that I would love to capture. But then also a lot of R&B sounds and things. It'd be tough. I honestly really just love working with, I got off a shoot recently with Logan Priest, who I've done 2 music videos with before. And I feel like we kind of get each other's thing. And that's been really fun because he's such a performer and a character and he knows exactly what he wants. So working with him is really, really fun because you just kind of, you do a dance together, essentially. Me with the camera and him literally dancing. So yeah, that kind of energy is really fun. I would love to work with people with like strong senses of imagery, but a bit of flexibility. Like Childish Gambino would be crazy, but yeah. Yeah, it was really fun, first and foremost. Like those guys really put a lot of trust in me. I think they sent me the email, sent me a few references, which were like the Cortez videos and things. And they just said, yeah, show us what you got, really. I went off to I had a little nature trip with a friend booked, and I thought that was the perfect time to just write a script and do up a storyboard and everything, and kind of just riffed off the idea of the email. And they were really happy with it. They barely made any changes to the script or storyboard, which was really nice. And then on the day, I think they just kind of put their full trust in me and offered, a few really good suggestions. But working with Julian on that and all the cast and crew there was really fun. I think Julian's got such a good hold on the camera side of the crew. Throughout all of it, you're kind of working with talent that hasn't really acted too much before. Like Ollie was killer. I kind of wrote it around Ollie and worked within his strengths. And even with VFX and things, they came up with some of their own little parts in it as well, which really just benefited everything. Like, yeah, it's those big projects, especially those 2 to 3 day things, everyone's got their own little fingerprint on it at the end of the day. And it was my first time working with Claudio as well. He's a producer from Spry Films, and the amount of profession that guy brought onto set was amazing. I'm usually running around trying to figure out how to produce my own shoots and things and stressing my head off, but he made it as seamless as possible and really yeah, would recommend that guy. He was incredible, yeah. I think one of my main inspirations when I was growing up and starting film at school was like the Before Sunrise, Before Sunset series. I think they weren't necessarily the most beautiful films. I mean, they are, but like, I was really attached to the dialogue and how real it felt. I felt like when I first started film, a lot of my stuff was based on love and romance, and I wanted just to relate to people through that. So they were massive inspirations to me. As I grew older, I think I started to get more attached to music videos. I can't really remember any specific ones, to be honest, but I would just watch Channel V and MTV, things like that, Rage, and just fall in love with all of these little short concepts and narratives. And then as I got older, I think one of the biggest pieces of inspiration for me was like this Spike Jonze HomePod ad with FKA Twigs dancing around in that room, and I just thought it was so beautiful. And then at the end, it was just a shot of a HomePod. I was like, oh, you can advertise and actually make something that resonates with people, make art, and still sell a product at the end of the day, because it's an idea. And I think I had that same feeling when I watched the Burberry Open Spaces commercial, where it's like these three dancers who get carried by the wind and fly through the air, and it just made me feel, and I thought that was so important. There was a way to resonate with an audience in such a short concept, and yeah, I really wanted to achieve that since watching them. Hers always kind of at the top of the list. I think seeing Chungking Express for the first time was amazing, and that probably definitely influenced a lot of Make It So Easy. BROCKETT, which was like a documentary just exploring all these different corners of the globe. I found that really fascinating as well. I don't know, there's a mixed bag. Like sometimes I can get into the slightly more artsy stuff. When I was growing up, especially during uni, I was really obsessed with Akira Kurosawa, just because of the motion through his frames and the way he would orchestrate movement throughout everything. That was a massive inspiration for me. But yeah, I can't say I've watched a lot of feature films. Like, I still haven't seen Pulp Fiction or Titanic, which is really bad. And at this point, I'm just gonna stay with that because it makes people mad. But I really should see it. Like, it's an issue. Yeah. But so I've heard. And I think I need to get my shit together for that kind of stuff. I'm taking one step at a time, to be honest. I want to be a little bit more intentional with what I'm shooting and want to explore what feels more like me, I guess. I know I've been sticking to music videos and short form, commercials and things, and that's been a really good way to explore one emotion for 2 minutes or something. But I wouldn't mind trying to expand on that. I feel personally that I'm still learning a lot and growing a lot, and when it comes to like visual storytelling, I've got that down packed in a sense, but when it comes to directing talent and acting and dialogue and things, that's a real weak point for me right now, and I would really love to work on something that could improve that. So I'm not sure what's happening this year. I'm working more on like some more documentary kind of work and traveling and things that interest me like that, but I would see what's coming my way, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Brisbane, Australia. I think Brisbane, we sometimes like put ourselves in this little corner and say, we're from Brisbane, there's not much we can do out here, and there's a lot, I think, and we're becoming a world city, and I really try to make my work seem like it's not filmed in Brisbane. I want to make my stuff feel like even in sweats and things, I want it to feel like it was filmed in America or in the UK or something. I don't want people to be like, that's Brisbane. So I think I just want to see more people push those boundaries and not feel like we have to shoot in a Queenslander or we have to shoot in that pine forest up near Sunshine Coast or something. Like, I mean, do that, but then also make it feel new and modern and what your influences are right now. Like, most of the people that I see don't really watch that much Australian films, yet they make films that feel Australian. I would love people to kind of make things feel more worldly, and you can do that in Brisbane. Like, you absolutely can. It's just the way you approach it, I guess. Good luck. No. I would say, one, it's like a longer journey than you think it is. I think all of us think that we're going to be popping by 21, 22 or something like that. And sometimes it does happen like that, and sometimes it doesn't. Every step of the way is building towards the bigger picture of things. And it takes time, and it takes the real estate videos, the corporate videos, the music videos and things, but just make sure that in between all of that chaos and trying to make money from this crazy profession is to keep making things that feel like you, because people are so easy to put you into a little box. You make a music video and people go, okay, you're a music video guy now, and you make that specific type of music video, and then you're just gonna get cut, like hired for that kind of work. If you don't like what you're doing, then if you can afford to, do something that you want to do and just put it out in the world. It doesn't have to be a short film. It doesn't have to be this giant piece. It just needs to be something small that represents you. And if you do that, then you'll attract people who like that kind of stuff. I think too often we get so caught up on this one big script that might, get us out of the hood, and it doesn't really happen like that. For some people it does, but I think in the world of social media and stuff, you see content every single day. Just put some shit out there and make it you, and people will start listening. I think the filmmaking journey requires a whole village to make bigger projects, and I'm very, very grateful to have friends and family who have participated in that journey, from the short films that I made at school, and they would stay up all night pretending to punch each other and stuff for my Canon 600D short film, to the friends that really helped me film the more recent stuff. They would hold balloons or couches and lights and everything till 5 a.m. in the morning. And I really wouldn't be where I am today without everyone's help along the way. And it's people who aren't even really interested in film. They just wanted to help out, and they were just really good friends. So to every single person that helped me get to where I am today, I'm very, 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 very grateful for them. And yeah, make sure somewhere down the road, once you are successful in your films, to repay that in some way, more than a pizza, please. Find me on Instagram for the most part, to be honest. Luis Campbell. You're not even gonna spell it right, don't worry about it. Yeah.